You don't get angry. Not truly. Even when something crosses a boundary, you stay peaceful, quiet, composed. But later, something hangs around, a heaviness you can't explain. So the question is, if you're not angry, then what are you actually feeling? You're the easy one, the one who doesn't argue, the one who lets things go. Someone interrupts you, you smile. Someone disrespects you, you rationalize it. It's not a big deal. They didn't mean it. It's fine. But over time, something shifts. You start feeling distant, disconnected from people, even from yourself. Decisions become harder. You second-guess your reactions. And in relationships, you're present but not fully there because something inside you is being muted. Psychology calls this emotional suppression. Not the absence of anger, but the avoidance of it. And the strange part is, you might not even observe you're doing it. This doesn't mean you're broken. In reality, it often means the contradictory. At some point, your brain learned that anger was hazardous. Maybe it led to clash. Maybe it caused denial. Maybe it made things bad. So your mind adapted. It built a calm version of you, one that avoids friction, one that keeps the harmony and peace. From a psychological point of view, this is a type of protective conditioning. Your brain isn't ignoring rage, it's redirecting it to keep you protected. But what protects you can also disconnect you. Here's what's happening beneath the surface. Anger starts in the brain's threat system, primarily the amygdala. It senses injustice, boundary breaches, unfairness. Normally, that signal travels forward, activating expression or action. But in your case, the signal gets interrupted. The prefrontal cortex steps in early, overregulating the response. It reframes, suppresses, neutralizes. Think of it like a smoke alarm that's been rewired to stay silent. The fire might still be there, but the signal never reaches the surface. This creates a mental model. If I don't feel anger, I'll be in control. But control here is fractional, because unprocessed emotions don't fade away. They get stored in the body, in behavior, in pattern. That's why you might feel subtle tension, emotional numbness, or sudden overwhelm over small things, not because you're overreacting, but because the signal has been delayed. So what do you do with this? Not by forcing anger, but by understanding it differently. 1. Name the micro-reaction. What to do? Notice small moments of distress, not just anger. Why it works. Labeling emotions activates the prefrontal cortex in a balanced way, reducing suppression and increasing awareness. Example, someone cuts you off in conversation. Instead of ignoring it, you think, that felt dismissive. 2. Allow the feeling to exist without needing to express it immediately. What to do? Let the feeling exist without needing to express it immediately. Why it works. This builds emotional acceptance, avoiding automatic shutdown. Example, you feel annoyance during a conversation. Instead of smiling it away, you sit with it for a few seconds. 3. Trace it back to the boundary. What to do? Ask what boundary was crossed. Why it works. Anger is often a boundary detection system. Understanding the boundary restores clarity. Example, a friend cancels repeatedly. The feeling isn't just irritation, it's about trustworthiness and respect. 4. Express in low-stakes ways. What to do? Practice small, peaceful expressions of disagreement. Why it works. Gradual exposure rewires the brain's fear response to conflict. Example, saying, I'd prefer something different instead of robotically agreeing. 5. Reframe anger as information. What to do? See anger as information, not danger. Why it works. This shifts the brain from danger mode to interpretive mode. Example, instead of thinking, I shouldn't feel this, You consider, this is telling me something matters. 6. Integration. So here's the shift. You don't need to be an angry person. You just want to become someone who can hear and understand the signal. Think of your mind like a control panel. Right now, one channel is turned down, not because it's useless, but because it once felt dangerous. Your job isn't to turn it all the way up, just enough to hear it clearly. Because anger at its core isn't about conflict, it's about clarity. Quiet, empowering close. You've spent a long time living quiet, keeping matters smooth, keeping things safe and sound. And that part of you, it had a reason. But maybe now, you don't need silence as much as you think. Maybe what you've been calling peace is just unspoken noise. And somewhere beneath inside it, there's a voice that doesn't want to fight, just to be heard. Comment and subscribe for more. Be happy and stay blessed.